Hello, neighbors, and welcome to your April, May, and June monthly reading for 2023. This reading will give you a quick summary of the planetary energy you can expect from the second quarter of the year. The reading will help you maneuver with the energy to give you the best advantage to manifest your goals and aspirations. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get into this reading. Hello, Capricorn. My voice is a little bit hoarse today because I lost my voice, but please bear with me while we get through this reading. So on April 20th, we have a solar eclipse in Aries, bringing change to the home front that acts as a catalyst for a major turning point in your life. The changes may seem quick and unforeseen, but it was a long time coming. It can show up as new revelations in regards to your private life, moving or rearranging home, a fresh start when it comes to your connection with your nurturing parent and family members stemming from your nurturing parent's side, and or the acquisition of land. On April 21st, Mercury in Taurus goes retrograde in your 5th house till May 15th. This could bring a time when there's misunderstandings of the heart, clashes between someone you're involved with. There could be issues that surface where your position is that you're just dead fast, and it could be to the point of stubbornness. Being steadfast in your position is not a bad thing, especially when it comes to enforcing boundaries. Boundaries are essential in all relationships, especially if the actions of others threaten your safe place or standards. However, being uncooperative and non-communicative to the point where it's impossible to resolve any issues may not be in your best interest, especially if the person doesn't mean you any harm. They may just have a difference of opinion. You need to speak up and state your boundaries. People are not mind readers, and you should not expect them to be. However, if your intuition tells you this person is coming from an impure place, create your boundaries and stick to them. One thing about boundaries is if you bend them once, it's going to be hard for the person to take them seriously, and you'll have a reoccurring issue on your hand. But the goal here is to share, because not sharing doesn't make you come off as a person with standards. It makes you come off as a person that's disagreeable. So express yourself. When it comes to love, I feel like an old thing may be sniffing around, but because we're still in Mercury retrograde, it's a good time to analyze if this is really what you want. Is it really good for you? There's a lot of hype surrounding not taking an old lover back during retrograde, and while at times it can be true, people revisiting is not always a scary thing. The energy during this retrograde is fortuitous, where actions you take in your relationships can bring couples a fresh passion and excitement, and it also can bring old relations back with a fresh look on love. It's worth a little dip into the pool to test the waters. The advice I would give is to try it before you dismiss it. This way you're actually experiencing what it would be like rather than speculating. This is a second chance energy to see if your passions and level of commitment aligns. The lunar eclipse in Scorpio is happening on May 5th in your 11th house, where you can experience a financial relief when it comes to shared goals. It can also bring a deeper understanding of what work needs to be put in to bring you ease within your collaborations. The energy facilitates deeper communication and understanding to find security on the projects you are working towards. The key here is communication and understanding of your efforts and their efforts to find common ground in which mutual benefits can be achieved. By mid-May, you're going to feel inclined to act based on your intuition when it comes to your relationships and business partnerships. The actions you take are beneficial when it comes to working on behalf of others. When it comes to getting shared tasks, group work, project management, contractual agreements that affect you and others done, this is great energy. You will instinctively be skilled in these areas around that time. utilizing your strength and the strength of others. This is also good energy for those planning a quick getaway for you and another. Lots of people get away to have a little fun, and while fun may be an aspect that is taken care of during the getaway, there may be somebody in much need of healing, so this energy facilitates that. On May 17th, Jupiter changes signs from Aries to Taurus, entering your 5th house, where you may want to indulge more in material pleasures. However, it is making a square to Pluto in Aquarius, which is retrograde in your 2nd house. So your income may not be as stable to indulge in the things that you wish to during this time. The instability and changes here may create anxiety when it comes to indulging in things outside of your basic needs. Searching for gigs, whether primary or side gigs that you find enjoyable, can bring in financial resources which would be opportune at this time, and it can offset the changes occurring in your finances. Taking a step back to really work on your finances is key near the last week of May. Finances will not solve itself, so effort must be put into balancing what you owe and what you bring in. Changes happening in how you earn income will affect what you owe, and adjustments need to be made to align with these changes. This is not the time to be lethargic with regards to what's happening. Roll up your sleeves and get to work, because being idle during this time can cause psychological distress if you choose to do nothing about it. Try to get rid of what you can that has you spending too much money. Things that you can get rid of that doesn't cause you any penalty. This may be a temporary change until you balance your finances again. Your responsibilities and your debt can cause obstacles when it comes to indulging in the leisure things that bring you pleasure. For the Cappies that are coupled up, it can bring strife to your relationships where you find that you're no longer on the same page. As I said before, communication is required so you do not feel weighed down by this energy. The feeling is temporary and there is definitely a light at the end of the tunnel, but of course, actions towards this area is needed for you to gain the relief and benefit. For those that have a lot of work to do with regards to finances, you may find it hard to open up and speak about it, particularly with your age mates. You may feel like if you speak about it to people, they're not going to empathize with you, or they may not be in a position to help you. However, the energy is calling for you to use discernment in who you confide in, and you'll be surprised with the help that is extended to you when you decide to open up. When Saturn goes retrograde in your 3rd house on June 17th, you may be more inclined to be open to communication, but be mindful of how you choose to communicate, because there can be confusion when you decide to open up. You may feel open to communicate, but you still are in a position where you're filtering your thoughts in a way that the person is receiving your message but is still kind of confused. Confusion can cause misconceptions, and in your attempt to keep certain aspects private, you may skew your own message. Think and be cautious before you speak at the very least. Think about the message that you want to convey and make sure that message is received. At the later end of mid-June, we experience a beautiful sextile aspect between Jupiter in Taurus and Saturn in Pisces, bringing you a space where you can indulge in the fun that you've been seeking. And this can be shared with your peer mates, siblings, cousins, neighbors. Also, there is contractual obligations that can become delayed during this time, giving you spare time to do something enjoyable or start a passion project that can bring in some extra coins. At the end of June, you may be bit by the nosy bug, looking into things, possibly invading someone's privacy to get to the matter of things. But there's an old saying, you look and you shall find. Be mindful of the information that you come across, as it can change, or should I say will change, the dynamic of the person you are looking into, especially if they find out that you're invading their privacy instead of just asking them for the info that you're curious about. If you're distrustful of someone, that's your intuition telling you to bounce. But if you go the step further and invade their privacy, that's on you. And you will have to come to terms with that fallout. So just be mindful of your actions before you take them. And this brings us to the end of your reading, and I will see you in a few for your July, August, and September reading. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below about the energy you've encountered so far in 2023 and the progress you've made so far. And until then, flow with the energy and take every blessing and opportunity the universe has in store for you. Peace and prosperity to you, and we'll chat soon.